It's Tuesday, February 12. This is the news on PBCJ. I am Simone Absalom. Following the failure to have a ban instituted on catching parrotfish, Government Senator Matthew SAMUDA has announced that he'll now be proposing a closed season for that fish. Senator SAMUDA, addressing a recent meeting of the Rotary Club of Trafalgar New Heights in St. Andrew, disclosed that a working group comprised of 7 environmental groups as well as marine biologists is in agreement with the proposal. The parrot fish reportedly accounts for 30% of the fish caught in Jamaican waters, and there are 18,000 fishermen who depend on the income from them. But Senator SAMUDA believes a closed season for parrotfish can be successfully implemented in Jamaica, given the experiences the country has had with similar arrangements for lobster and conch. Parrotfish play an important part in the sustenance of reefs, which are crucial to the replenishing of sand. Senator Auburn Hill has touted the zones of special operations, ZOZOs, and states of public emergency as instrumental in the reduction in crime within the last year. Contributing to the State of the Nation debate in the Senate on Friday, Senator Hill said hundreds of lives have been saved as a result of the security operations.
ZOZO and SOEs have reduced murders by 70% in St. James. 70% in St. James, 44.4% in Central Kingston, 26.8% in St. Catherine North. All those are SOE regions. And overall, by 21.7%, I won't even use 22, my fellow senator, I'm going to be exact. Yes. 21.7% island-wide. Other island-wide figures showed that shootings were reduced by 21.4%, rape dropped by 12.2%, and aggravated assault fell by 11.8%.
For her part, Senator Carencia Morrison, in her contribution, pointed to the need for increased partnerships in the fight against crime.
And I use this platform to urge Jamaicans to respect the authority of the police. I urge Jamaicans to comply with a lawful order. Maybe it is, Mr. President, that we need to have ongoing campaigns where Jamaicans know what their rights are, or Jamaicans have a good understanding of what the law is. Because I suspect that in many cases, a significant number of our people may not fully know the law. We as parliamentarians, Mr. President, must lead by example in demonstrating that we are serious about fighting crime. In my view, a state of emergency, or the state of emergency, and other decisive crime-fighting strategies should have been employed in Jamaica from the murder rate was 100 per year. Yes. I'm in support of the state of emergency. I am in support of any method that is going to break the back of rampant criminality. Yeah. I support it.
The first ZOZO was declared for Mount Salem in St. James on September 1, 2017, with another declared in Denham Town in October 2017. The SOEs operated in St. Catherine North from March 18, 2018 to January 2, 2019. Kingston West, Kingston Central, and St. Andrews South from September 23, 2018 to January 7, 2019, and St. James from January 18, 2018 to January 31, 2019. The curfew imposed in sections of Central Village in St. Catherine South Police Division on Saturday has been extended. The police say it will be remaining in effect until Wednesday, February 13. The boundaries of the curfew are as follows. North, along an imaginary line from Collins Crescent to Rocklands at the eastern boundary. East, along an imaginary line from Rocklands to the Nelson Mandela Highway in the vicinity of the dirt track. South, along the eastbound lane of the Nelson Mandela Highway from the dirt track at the eastern boundary to the Astrom Construction Company. West, along an imaginary line from the Astrom Construction Company to Collins Crescent at the northern boundary. Lawyer Bert Samuels has mounted a challenge to the extradition order for his client, controversial Muslim cleric Sheikh Abdullah Al-FAISAL. Samuels argued that the accusations were not made in good faith, and so it would be unjust or oppressive to extradite him. The attorney made this pronouncement yesterday as he mounted a challenge by way of a writ of habeas corpus to the May 2, 2018 extradition ruling made by the parish court judge Broderick Smith. Al-FAISAL was wanted by the United States for allegedly using a number of internet-based platforms to persuade individuals around the world to travel to Syria to, quote, take up the cause of the jihad, end quote. Al-FAISAL was expelled from Britain in 2007 after serving a jail term for inciting racial hatred and urging his followers to murder Jews, Hindus, Christians, and Americans. He was deported to Jamaica from Kenya in January 2010 after being arrested on New Year's Day for preaching at a mosque in Nairobi, breaching stipulations of his work permit. A woman who allegedly abducted a baby from Victoria Jubilee Hospital has been charged. She is 28-year-old Peter Gay French, who was charged with child stealing after being pointed out in an identification parade on Monday. No court date has yet been set. French, who is said to have suffered multiple miscarriages, was already pregnant and went into the hospital on January 7 to have her baby. She, however, returned home on January 9 with a newborn. That's the same day the baby was abducted from the hospital. Suzette White, mother of the stolen baby, reported that on the day her child disappeared, she had left him on the ward to go to the bathroom around 4:30 a.m. French was arrested last Tuesday as she tried to register the baby, but triggered the suspicion of the agent at the Registrar General's Department. The US dollar on Monday, February 11, ended trading at Jamaican $135.32, up by 11 cents. That's according to the Bank of Jamaica's daily foreign exchange trading summary. The Canadian dollar ended trading at Jamaican $101.79, down from $102.96. While the British pound sterling ended trading at Jamaican $174.18, down from $177.81. In regional news, we turn to Guyana, where Attorney General Basil Williams has asked the Court of Appeal to grant an order that would allow the coalition government to remain in place until the final judgment of the no-confidence motion appeal. Last month, Justice Roxanne George ruled that the no-confidence motion passed in the National Assembly in December was valid and ruled that the government should resign and elections be held. But the Attorney General has asked the Court of Appeal for a conservatory order, which he says is necessary to preserve the status quo, since the period for the hearing and determination of the matter may expire before a 90-day prescribed by the Constitution, as the period for fresh elections following a no-confidence motion defeat. Violent protests continued in Haiti over last weekend as opposition parties continue to demand the resignation of President Jovenel Moïse. This has prompted a group of senior diplomats, including the top UN official there, to issue a statement deploring the loss of life and calling for dialogue to end the crisis. In sports, agent Ray Flynn has confirmed to the Gleaner that Jamaican distance runner KEMOY Campbell has regained consciousness and has been talking. This after he collapsed while competing the 3,000-meter event at Saturday's Millrose Games at the Armory in New York. The Olympian had to be treated and revived trackside by medical and emergency personnel and later rushed to the nearby hospital where he has since been admitted in the intensive care unit on assisting breathing. Speaking to the Gleaner, the athlete's agent, Ray Flynn, said that as of Tuesday morning, Campbell is in stable condition and encouraged everyone to continue to keep him in their thoughts and prayers. And that's the news. Thanks so much for making it PBCJ. Remember, we are the People's Station.